So, when you think about building real wealth, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For a lot of us, it's that long, slow climb, right? The 40-year plan. But what if there's a faster way? It really all comes down to a choice. Not just about what you do, but about how you think. And that brings us to the big question for today. What is the real difference between just earning a living, paying the bills, and actually building wealth? The answer you'll find isn't about working harder. It's about a pretty simple shift in your mindset that completely changes the entire game. And this visual honestly says it all. Over on the left, you've got the job mindset. It's pure addition. You trade 1 hour of your time for 1 hour's worth of pay. Your growth is slow and steady, 1 + 1 = 2. But on the right, that's the business mindset. And this is all about multiplication. It's about building a machine where your growth can be explosive, exponential. It's the difference between adding 1 + 1 and multiplying 1 by 10. But before we get too far ahead, what even is a business? It can sound so big and complicated, right? But at its very core, it's actually incredibly simple. A business is just solving someone's problem and getting paid for that solution. That's it. It doesn't matter if the problem is small, like needing a coffee, or huge, like needing a new software system. The principle is exactly the same. Okay, so to really see how this plays out in the real world, let's dive into a story. It's a simple one: 2 friends, 1 business idea, and a single decision that shows this huge, massive gap in how they think about making money. The idea they had was for a simple Momo stall. Nothing fancy, no big tech startup, and the initial investment to get everything up and running, just 25,000 rupees. A really accessible, super low-risk place to start. Now, what about the return on that money? This is where things get really, really interesting. That same little stall can generate a profit of 25,000 rupees every single month. Just think about that for a second. You make back your entire investment in the very first month. It's a pretty incredible opportunity. So you've got this highly profitable, low investment idea right in front of you. One of the friends, we'll call him Rahul, he sees the potential, but it's the very next step he takes, a decision his friend doesn't even consider, that puts him on a completely different trajectory. So what is this game-changing decision? He's seen the numbers, he knows it works. He could just copy his friend, run a stall, and start making a pretty good monthly income. But Rahul, he thinks differently. And there it is. This is the absolute crucial difference. His friend thinks, great, I'll run this all myself and make 25,000. He's thinking like an employee. He's trading his time for money. But Rahul's first thought is, I'll hire someone to run the stall for me. He's thinking like an owner. He wants to work on the business, not get trapped working in it. So let's just do the quick math here. The stall brings in 25,000. Rahul pays an employee, let's say 10,000 a month to do all the work. That leaves him with a net profit of 15,000. Now, yeah, of course that's less than his friend is making. But here is the key. Rahul's profit requires 0 hours of his own time. He has literally bought his freedom. And because his time is now totally free, he can pivot from just thinking about one stall to thinking about the bigger picture. This one little decision unlocks the potential to scale, to turn one stall into a small empire. And here's exactly how he does it. Rahul's plan is just beautiful in its simplicity. He doesn't start with 1 stall, he starts with 2, hiring staff for both of them from day 1. Then, he takes all the profit from those 2 stalls and he reinvests it. He opens a 3rd stall, then a 4th. He uses the business to fund its own growth with the goal of scaling up to 10 stalls. And here's the final result. The friend working in his business is stuck. His income is capped at 25,000 a month. He can't earn more unless he finds more hours in the day. But Rahul, by multiplying his efforts through other people, now has a potential monthly profit of 150,000 from his 10 stalls. Same idea, same product, radically different outcome. All because of that one single decision at the start. So what's the core philosophy driving all this? What's the big idea we can take away from Rahul's story? Well, it's really about changing the entire goal of your work. The crucial point is right here. The goal isn't to work harder for more money. That's the addition trap. The real goal is to build a system, a business that works and generates profit for you, even when you're not physically there. That is the path of multiplication. So let's leave you with one final, very powerful question. Whether you have a business, an idea for one, or even just a project at your job, asking yourself this one thing can start to shift you from the worker mindset to the owner mindset. You have to ask yourself this constantly, constantly. How can this be done without me? The moment you start seriously trying to answer that question, you stop being just a part of the machine, and you start becoming the person who designs it. And that changes everything.